Hey guys, today we're going to be going over the Rufus auto rifle. Was going to do this yesterday, but got distracted by a bunch of homework stuff, so covering it today. So the challenge this week is in the third encounter. I believe instead of taking the odd planet out, so like swapping one from each side, you are swapping the opposites. You've got to swap two plans instead of one. Haven't done this challenge yet. Doesn't sound fun, but we'll see how it goes. But this is the adept reward. But good enough if you can craft it on its own or you get a random roll. It's very, very fun, very strong auto rifle. Looking at rolls, we'll start with PvP. Don't bother with target lock. The magazine and rapid fire ARs is just too large. By the time you activate it, I don't think you're even really getting a benefit. If you look at this, so while it's active, it's slightly better because it changes your optimal time TTK slightly, but like not enough for it to make a huge difference. Because it's still gonna be, well, if you hit all crits on tier 2 and under, it's a 9 bullet kill instead of 10. But all it does is it moves the 8-2 from tier 7 to tier 3 to just it's always gonna be a 10 bullet kill. So not a massive difference. Paracausal Affinity, on the other hand, changes it from 10 bullet kill to an 8 bullet kill, and it's just much more consistent. Like tier 600, it's like 8 crits and they die in half a second. So really strong there. If you're going for more stability focus, you go for tap the trigger. When that's active, it's almost max. So PvP, I would look for moving target and tap the trigger if you want to go with a more dueling route. You don't really need Ricochet, like max out your stability, so leave it to like you don't need it. So I would look instead for high caliber rounds for the dueling potential. And then Hammer Forged and a Range Masterwork just to bump the range up. Because it's a rapid fire, so again, doesn't have the best range in the world. If you want to go for more of a snowbally roll, take Paracausal Affinity, and then you want a little more stability. So something like this. Small bore Ricochet, moving target, Paracausal Affinity. Perpetual Motion, if you want to go this route, is also an option. When this is stacked up, again, you almost get max stability. However you want to do it. This just has to like ramp up, basically. Whereas moving target tap the trigger is just immediate, instantly, extremely accurate. For PvE, you've got a bunch of options. Rewind rounds with really any of the damage perks. Target lock, AJ, frenzy, affinity, or hatchling will be really strong. Rewind rounds works pretty well on this gun. The amount of ammo you get back after burning through the bag is very high compared to something like the sidearm. That's actually noticeable. I would, if you want Thresh, you could go that route, but I wouldn't bother. Thresh is just not all that great right now. Demo with Hatchling is a very good option if you are a Verity's Brow Warlock and you want to make a build with that. Just very strong and very funny. Demo AJ is an option if you just want to demo AJ primary option. There aren't very many of the. I think the only other demo AJ weapons are from the Prophecy Dungeon. The Last Breath Auto Rifle being one of them. There's also the hand cannon, but Rufus's as a 720 just feels a lot better in PvE, in my opinion. In PvP, debatable. I'd still give the edge to Rufus, but I also am a big fan of this archetype of auto rifle. Something like Reconstruction isn't terrible, but I wouldn't really bother with it. Rewind rounds does what Reconstruction does, or at least it's very similar and is more universally useful. Because Reconstruction requires you to not shoot for it to refill the magazine. Um, at least on primaries, it feels more noticeable. I don't know if this is actually true. I know part of the reason slugs were meta was because it would keep reloading while you were firing, but I've only noticed that working on shotguns and like maybe the LMG, but I feel like on this primary, when I've had a roll with this, it just does not feel right. So I would just go rewind rounds. It's a safer pick. If you enhance it, it gives you more ammo back, and then a damage per deal along with it. If you're a Titan with Actium, especially rewind rounds and target lock is very, very good in PvE for like just generic primary damage. Frenzy, 15% damage when it's active. You're going to be firing this gun all the time. If you once you run out of ammo from rewind rounds, you get rapid fire. You get the rapid fire frame intrinsic trait, which is a duration reload scaler on top of max reload from frenzy. So your reload speed is like under a second, barely under a second, 0.99, but you get the idea. I wouldn't bother with pugilist either. It's not bad, but you don't have swashbuckler to synergize it with. So I would just stick with demolitionist. And then I would, in this column, like for PvE, obviously tap the trigger isn't great. I would also skip harmony. I don't think harmony. I'm not big on harmony personally. I think it's an okay PvP perk. In PvE, unless it's like a nade launcher, maybe. I just wouldn't bother. I just don't think it's a good damage buff. It's 20% for 7 seconds, but on a primary weapon, it's just not the play. So anyway, I hope this kind of gives you an idea of like what to look for. It's a really open-ended gun. You can kind of go for whatever you want. You just have so many options. So good luck out there. May your RNG be blessed, and I will see you in the next video.